Rule availability in Pega. How to change rule availability. To change the availability setting of a rule, click the Availability toolbar button. We may need to check out the rule first. A dialog box appears. Select one of 5 availability values: yes, no, blocked, final and withdrawn. Note: class, library, rule set name, and rule set version rules are always available. We cannot change the availability of instances of these rule types. Rules in an override rule set cannot have availability values of blocked or withdrawn. Explain if the rule availability set is yes. A circle and dot indicates that this rule is available. Rules with a yes value are visible to rule resolution processing and can be executed. Explain if the rule availability set is no. An empty circle indicates a rule that is not available. Set the availability of a rule to no/draft mode to cause the rule to become invisible to the rule resolution algorithm for all users, including ourselves, and to bypass validation of non-key fields. The no/draft mode setting is useful in experimentation and troubleshooting to assess the effect of 2 rule versions. Explain if rule availability set as final. A rule is marked as final. No one can create a second rule with the same visible key in any rule set other than the rule set that the first rule belongs to. If the rule set version of a final rule is locked, we cannot create a second rule with the same visible key in any rule set. We can override a final rule through a higher version in the same rule set. Many rules in the Pega rules and Pega Procom rule sets are marked final because correct operation of these rules is essential to ensure the integrity and security of our system. Other standard rules have the available field set to yes rather than final. We can override those rules in our application. Note: we cannot use circumstances or time-qualified rules to override a final rule. Explain if rule availability set is blocked. A circle within an X indicates that this rule has availability set to blocked. Set the value of this property to blocked if we want rule resolution processing to halt, with no rule found, when it encounters this rule. The rule form colors change from greens to grays. This is a stronger form of no/draft, because it affects all lower numbered versions of the rule, and versions, in other rule sets, that are below this version in the user's rule set list. A blocked rule does not prevent rule resolution from finding, and running, higher numbered versions in the same rule set, or finding rules with the same visible key in a different rule set that is higher on the rule set list. Note: rules in an override rule set cannot have availability values of blocked. Explain if rule availability set as withdrawn. A withdrawn rule is never selected by rule resolution. Withdrawn rule masks from rule resolution any other rules, which meet all of these tests. The other rule belongs to the same rule set. The other rule belongs to the same major version of the rule set. The other rule has the same applies to class, if relevant and other key parts match. If circumstance qualified, is qualified with the same circumstance type and value. Note: rules in an override rule set cannot have availability values of withdrawn.